basically, I passed because I proved that my hands do that, and I'm affected by gravity.
It is actually just a test to check that you are a human being and not a dog.
2 people falling off and 3 people fell off this particular aircraft.
She doesn't do anything about anything other than talk.
Did you know that you can get flagged for just singing it?
Are you serious?
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, if you're good enough at SingStar, you'll get flagged.
Why?
Because the music industry is pretty gay, I guess.
But what is the reasoning behind that?
Because the music industry is pretty gay.
But what if you make a cover?
A cover of what?
A song?
Then you need to get a special license to cover the song.
But you've covered songs before.
Yes.
So?
So, what?
Then, what did you do?
I got a license to cover the song.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every time.
How do you get a license to cover a song?
You go to a website, and then you say which song you want to cover, and then you cover the song, and then blah, blah, blah.
Is that it? You
Yeah.
just like a web...
If you don't do that, then your song and any of the royalties or the money that it could make gets copyrighted and sent to the person that made the song.
Ooh. So you can make money with a cover? Well, yeah, of course, but I mean, even just if you just, for the heck of it.
Yeah, but it's very complicated. Like, I mean, making money from a cover of a song is also a bit of a gray area.
Yeah.
Because you are just profiting off of somebody else's song.
Yeah.
So.
But you're using your talent, so. Right? What if you painted the Mona Lisa exactly?
This is a good segment, actually. So, hey, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome back. The music industry, I think they need to chill the fuck out.
Because?
Because they started off, like, I understand the incentive, right? Like, artists were not being paid enough money. That light is not on. Artists were not being paid enough money. And you don't have to turn it on. I'm just saying the light's not on. Artists were not being paid enough money because of these big labels that were, like, taking all of the profit and taking all of the earnings, right? Mm-hmm. So the music label found a way to digitally identify music and then charge accordingly. So they can track radio plays, Spotify plays, iTunes plays, and blah, blah, blah. And they pay you a per cent per basis thing. So Spotify pays 0.0033 cents per stream.
Okay.
Okay. And to put that into perspective, let's see if I got a calculator here.
0.33 cents.
I'm pretty sure. So if you take 0.003 times Justin Bieber's songs probably have like upwards of 200 million each.
Yeah.
Is that conservative? Hopefully I didn't put too many zeros. Equals. So that's like 600,000 for like a song.
Oh, yeah. But what if you are like an average musician?
Well, it depends on what your definition of average is.
Yeah, but what's like if you're an upcoming, like when do you start making money? How many streams?
Dead space, keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, I'm just like asking, like, what is like, when do you start making money? What if you get like 1,000 streams? How much money would that make you?
I'll show you in a second.
Yeah, because that's what I'm curious about.
Okay. So check this out. What does it mean to be in the top 1% of Spotify? It's unclear what the exact criteria you need to get into the upper echelons of the top 1% or top 0.5% or top 0.1% or even the top... Okay, fuck you. But it's probably earned by listening. Oh my God!
Unclear.
I remember seeing it was like... basically, like, if you have over 1,000 streams or 1,000 listens per month, you're already in the top 5%.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You got to understand, like, how many artists are out there and how many of them just do nothing.
Yeah.
Which, hey, sorry, that doesn't work out.
But what's like a good amount of streams to get, like, if you're starting out?
A rule of thumb is you want to go, like, 10,000 per week.
Per week?
So if you can get 10,000 in the first week of releasing your song, you're definitely, like, way above average.
Okay, but
That's very impressive.
what would you make with 1,000 streams?
Okay, well, then you just take 0.003 times by 1,000 streams equals €3. It's a winner's game, man. Like,
coffee.
if you take 0.003, if you take Spotify, this is just Spotify, by the way, and you times it by like a Bad Bunny song or like a big Justin Bieber song, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1 billion streams.
Is it really?
And then that's 3, 1, 2, 3,
3
4, 5,
million.
6. That's 3 million.
Okay, but then what if you?
But can I just stop you for a second? That's just Spotify.
Okay, yeah, I
So
get
if you
it.
check this out, like, how much does iTunes pay per stream?
iTunes, man. Does anybody even use it anymore? Apparently.
0.01.
Didn't you see a thing that it was like up and coming again, iTunes?
Yeah, but it's never gonna overtake Spotify.
No, I don't think so either.
And so here's my point, right? So the music industry, they found a way to monopolize all of the music. So wherever it's played, you earn. And I think it's great for people who are getting 1,000 streams or 2,000 streams. It makes a lot of sense. But the reason why it's horrible is because you're kind of kicking it in the nuts.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at Steve Will Do It, he got kicked off of YouTube. Look, I'll bring up a picture of him here on Rumble.
Oh yeah, is that guy that first was like started with all the drinking stuff?
So that's a bad representation. I don't know where his actual channel is, but Steve Will Do It, right?
Yeah.
And he got kicked off of YouTube. One of the reasons being he was using copyrighted music. So he would use like Nicki Minaj, DaBaby, Tekashi 6ix9.
But what, for just like intros or?
Just in between the video, here and there, a little bit this, a little bit that. And the thing is, like, it makes the video so much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Than having to go and search for like royalty-free, copyright-free, generic music.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I think you should allow smaller artists to, like, let's say you create a threshold, but you have smaller artists which, like, you're not going to get paid if people use your music in videos because it's like free advertising.
Yeah.
You should be able to do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because now you're kind of tying the hands of the artists that could possibly get the exposure. Like, I don't think you should earn from that either. I think, like, when I watch Steve Will Do It's videos or anybody's videos where they use real music, I think to myself, like, it's a dope video. And I'm not going to this specific... It's a 30-minute video. I'm not going to minute 14
to listen to the
to
song.
listen to Wiz Khalifa, Young, Wild and Free or whatever it is.
Yeah.
With him talking over, it's like living young. And anyway, guys, so what we're getting wild and free, and then on this time of the video, like, you're not even listening to the song.
But then can't he get like some sort of license to be able to use it though in his videos?
Who, Steve?
Yeah.
They don't really do that.
I am confused.
They don't really do that, which is the annoying thing. I feel like the music industry needs to chill. And also, now that you have all of these Drake-generated AI songs,
Oh yeah, of
you've
course.
heard, like, there's so many now.
Really?
Yeah. And now the music industry is looking at clamping down on, like, digital...
AI.
No, yeah, obviously all AI is mainly digital.
No, but like digital, like AI songs.
Yeah, they want to copyright your voice.
Yeah.
So, like, license your voice so that
But how?
the use of your voice unconsensually through somebody else, like AI, is, like, illegal, basically.
Yeah, but how? How do you? Oh, you mean through like AI?
Hi, good morning. Welcome back to the show.
I'm sorry, I was like thinking.
We have a new guest today, and unfortunately, our guest got hit by a bus last week, and they're still a little bit rocky. They're trying to find their way, so let's just be a little bit patient with our new guest. What would you like to say, new guest?
So your voice gets copyrighted, so that AI cannot use it.
So that anybody can't use it.
Okay, but mainly in this situation, AI.
Anyone. Anything. So, I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you were to locally register your voice and your name is Donald Trump,
How do you?
then you can't create fake media around that because it's, like, prosecutable.
So if you're an impersonator, and you impersonate Donald Trump, does that give you problems?
You messed up the angle again. Oh, my God. I'm not even in the frame. Huh? What'd you say?
Do you want me to go check it?
No, it's fine. It's just, it's what it is.
Okay. If you were to impersonate Donald Trump, then could you get in trouble?
Why?
Because then you're using his voice.
No, you're using...
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like how...
I'm explaining it to you. So your vocal cords will never be able to transmit the same frequency range as Donald Trump.
So they like are gonna do like
But as a human being, your brain thinks that it's Donald Trump because it
Yeah.
sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Right? So if you look at like this, right?
sound waves.
If you look at sound waves, this is how they work. And they all operate on a different frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody who, like, when their vocal cords contract or release, they create a different frequency.
Yeah.
So you might be able, if you follow my cursor here,
Yeah.
if you're impersonating Donald Trump, you may be able to, like, get close
Yeah.
and it'll sound the same.
Yeah.
And you can impersonate the accent and you can do a bunch of things to make it sound
But
similar.
will they? So how will they do that?
Okay, so that's how AI works. So what AI does is it takes
Yeah,
a
no, no,
sample
no.
of this frequency,
Yeah.
and then it basically dissects it, and then
Yeah.
it can copy it with other words. So there's an AI that can take 3 seconds of a voice note and then
Yeah.
make an entire audiobook using your voice.
But then, how? Yeah. So how do you like copyright your voice then? How does that work?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you? I just get confused.
I'll explain to you.
Yeah.
You have a fingerprint.
Yeah.
You only have that. You're the only person with that
Yeah,
fingerprint.
true.
Same thing with your voice.
Yeah.
So you just have to find a way to digitally identify that
Fingerprint.
These damn fnigners. Please don't cancel us. And then there you go. Then you're registered.
Wow. The world is getting crazy.
But there's a lot of artists which are using it now, which
Yeah.
are gonna be able to get away with it. Like I could make a song,
Yeah.
and then I could take my backing vocals,
Yeah.
and I could just AI module them to sound like Justin Bieber and The Weeknd, and put it so low that you won't recognize it, but your brain will recognize it, and that'll like propel me, because like you think that you're listening to, blah blah blah.
But could you put featuring Justin Bieber?
You could, if you literally just say featuring Justin Bieber and then really small AI.
Yeah.
Have you heard the Drake songs? I wonder if I can play them.
Yeah, you have. You've shown me them. But that's crazy. But I feel like then just everything
We're gonna have to
is
mute
going
this.
out
We're
the
gonna
window.
have to. We're gonna have to mute this when we play it because I don't want to get in trouble.
But then what?
This is not Drake. When it's cold out.
Not a lot of vocals.
When it's cold where I'm from, yeah, I got enemies. Okay, the winter's cold where I'm from, they try enemy. I swear the winter's cold where I'm from, they try to sentence me. Okay, the winter's cold where I'm from, we had them tenant key. I swear that pussy told on us, now that nigga dead to me. I got it on my own, I ain't had no one to feel for me.
How do artists feel about this though?
Let it get to me in Cali with the rose. Yeah, I'm riding with a felon, she's stripping on the pole. I won't let it get the best.
How
How can this be copyrighted though? Because it's not actually written by anyone.
What do you mean? It is written.
By AI.
Yeah. Drake reacts to AI rapping Ice Spice's Munch in his voice. This is the final straw. Drake has shared his thoughts on a viral clip of the AI-generated version of his voice rapping Ice Spice's Munch. This is the final straw. AI wrote Dizzy. Okay, blah, 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 blah.
Not really much about it. But
Drake is basically firing back.
yeah, he's like, the hell.
He doesn't want this to happen anymore.
No, of course. But what do you do? Like, what do you do?
What do you mean?
What do you do? You can't stop it.
Yeah, you license it.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do.
That's all you do.
But then those songs will still be out there. Those songs will still be out there.
Yes. You can take them down.
Okay. You can take them down.
Yeah, or you can just leave them up.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's just a bit like, how far is this going to go, you know? Like, because the thing is, you can license it and stuff, but then when it comes to the government, do you think they're going to license everything or are they going to use it to their advantage?
We had some friends over yesterday, and we had a pretty interesting conversation around this concept. So, there are things that if you do as a civilian
You're fine.
are illegal
are
and you'll go to
illegal,
jail. But if you have the permission of the government,
Yeah, then it's fine.
it's legal. You
Yeah.
get a license, and then you get to do it. So we were watching
Yeah.
War Dogs with
Yeah.
Jonah Hill,
Yeah.
and he's basically buying and selling illegal weapons
Yeah.
in like the millions to sell to the U.S. military
Mm-hmm.
back in 2006, and this is based on a true story. And the U.S. military doesn't really care where they get it from. They don't care who dies in the process of receiving their ammunition or their weapons or whatever. They don't care. And they'll spend hundreds of millions of dollars to get it. And the thing is, you are an arms dealer.
Yes.
But because you have a government contract and because you have a piece of paper that says you're allowed to do it,
Yeah.
nobody says anything. When they got caught, because in the movie and also in real life, they were preparing 100 million AK-47 rounds
Yeah.
to be shipped to the U.S. Army. But halfway through, they realized it was Chinese ammunition,
Yeah.
which is illegal. So they tried to repackage it and sell it. Not only did they do that, but in order to get the government contract in the first place, they forged 3 years of bank statements, 3 years of forgery
Yeah.
to trick the US government into thinking that they can handle this, right? When the US government finally found out, what did they do?
Well, the FBI.
4 years in
Yeah.
jail for the main guy,
Oh,
7
you mean
months
like- yeah,
house
yeah.
arrest for the other guy.
Yeah.
As of 2022, that company is back in operation.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I started illegally selling weapons
Yeah.
in a more ethical way, I would go to jail for so much longer
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't have the piece of paper. So with AI, when you look at the social media ban or the TikTok ban as well, it's illegal to censor people,
Yeah.
but now they have permission.
Yeah.
So when the government gives itself permission to
Then it's
regulate,
fine.
it's fine. So why wouldn't they just take Joe Biden because he's illiterate and he's an
Yeah.
old senile fucking fool that falls
Yeah.
around all the time, and then just get like a 3D projected model and then just get the model to say what he wants and then just use the physical dummy to run
that's-
around.
but
My
that's-
camera angle is so fucking skew. That's skew and it's not fucking zoomed in correctly. And the only one that's good is yours is because that's because I set that one up. I'm so angry. I'm looking at myself. I'm like falling off a cliff. Wait, this way. Meow.
I told you I'm not good at angles.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
you just ruined it.
What did
Yeah.
I ruin? I pointed out your mistake. I'm sorry if I ruined something. Also, why don't you talk?
I have been talking, man.
No, you haven't. You've been-
Yes, I have.
You know Opus?
Opus, yes.
It's the online thing that can create clips.
Oh yeah, but you go on rants for longer than me.
Go on a rant.
I'm not gonna go on a rant.
Say something.
No,
You come up with something.
no. We were talking about this, and I don't know how long it will take before something like that will happen, and we're never gonna know the truth from
Bro, a week.
reality.
Dude,
from
like yesterday,
Yeah.
AI wasn't a thing. And now
Exactly.
today, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
So like I'm not going to hold off and say, I don't know how long it's going to take. Like, it's probably
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. So you don't know anything anymore. So what is we're not going to know what reality is because all we see is what is being shown to us. You're not in the physical room with the presidents seeing the conversations happen and the speeches happen and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The press conferences. So they're going to use this to their advantage and then you literally have no more idea of what is real and what isn't. So then what happens? Nothing. There's nothing you can do.
What do you think?
I don't know because there will have to be like whistleblowers that call it out or see the differences but how would you if AI is so good?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get you
I
to
don't
go on a
know.
rant.
I don't rant like you.
Go,
No,
talk.
but I don't rant like you. So
But
it's
don't
fine.
you think that there's a way to digitally identify things?
Yeah, but then how would you I don't know how that would work. I have no clue how that would work.
Yeah, but you also don't know how this works.
No, exactly.
But I'm saying, isn't there a way to figure this out?
Yeah, but how would you couldn't they forge that or something if you're the president?
The government could.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
But unless there is like a decentralized blockchain like crypto, right? That's what crypto is all about. It's self-monitoring. It's not just centralized. It's not governed by one person in control. It's governed by a blockchain. That's the entire idea of a blockchain.
I don't know. I don't understand what a blockchain is, to be very honest with you. I hear this word, but I don't know what it means.
That's fine. A lot of people don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a blockchain.
Okay.
Oh my god, Safari, please. Thank you. This is a blockchain.
Okay.
Now, basically, you have person A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So they're all different people. And what they do is they all check up on each other. So this is F, H, I, J, K, L. Like, do you understand? There's so many different people here. So what happens is, let's say this dude, right? You see him? Wants to send money to this dude, right here. Every person here can verify that this transaction is legitimate.
Okay.
That is a blockchain.
Okay.
That is the definition of a blockchain. Now, a centralized system
Yeah.
looks more like this.
Okay. Show me.
So a centralized system is it all goes to one place. This is a terrible example here. Maybe this one's better. Here. So this is a centralized. This is a centralized server. So it goes. Let's say you're sending money from here through the internet to this. This sends it back to the other person. It's like, think of it like a one-way street.
Okay.
And then a blockchain, the reason it's different is because every single person on that blockchain can verify every single transaction.
Okay.
So that's the whole point of this. So you know Ethereum. If you know Ethereum, you know Bitcoin, you know these other like crypto sites. What they do is they allow contracts to be verified, transactions to be verified, things to be verified, right? So it's a form of verification. So the reason why NFTs, like those cute little characters, became popular was because it was the first ever example of digital verification. So if you own an ape,
Yes.
there is a digital barcode that's assigned to that ape that no one can forge, and it's yours for the rest of time, right? The difference there is if you take the Mona Lisa, there's no digital barcode to prove that's the real Mona Lisa.
Okay.
It could just be during
But-
wartime, it got repainted and passed down and so on and so forth. Now you don't know what you're looking at.
Okay.
So that's the point, digital verification. Now, the reason why I say blockchain is because when it comes to voting for a new president, you should use a blockchain.
Yeah.
When it comes to,
But does that mean there's like different
oh, this is the perfect example.
offices?
Check it out. Sorry, this is the perfect example. So you can see here, the centralized version, everything has to go to the center.
Yeah.
And then the decentralized, there is no center. And everybody is allowed to check up on everyone else.
But that means there's just like separate offices where people are working and blah, blah. Because I feel like one of my clients, I think she worked for a blockchain.
Yeah.
Is that
You can, as a person, you can just work.
in a blockchain?
Yeah, you just verify things,
Okay. That's what you do.
pretty much.
So, and how do you know that the government does not like enforce some like control over that?
Because if they tried, so look at this example again. If the government wanted to control all of these different companies, they would be the purple thing with the 2 arrows in the middle. And they would have complete control because nobody...
But do you think they still would try?
100%.
Yeah, there you go.
But here's the thing. You see that purple thing in the middle?
Yeah.
So let's say that one person... I don't know why Safari does this to me. I'm going to just do it small. Let's say this guy
Yeah.
sends money to this guy,
Yeah.
but he only gets to know about the status
Through him.
through the government, through this corrupted thing. Now this guy can ask this guy or this guy or this guy or this guy or they can.
So basically, like if you think about it, it's like.
So let's just use this example.
I've got a good example.
If the
Can
government,
I say? Excuse me.
if the government hijacks one of these,
Yeah.
the rest of them will find it.
Okay, so listen. For example, it's like a telephone, like you know the telephone where you whisper something in someone's ear, and the moment it
Broken
gets to
telephone?
broken telephone.
Yeah.
So instead of having to whisper through someone's ear, you can go directly to the person. So imagine it's like a gossip
So skew.
circle.
Huh?
Do you want to pause it and fix it?
No.
Okay. Like imagine there's like a gossip circle or there's a gossip going around. And it's basically like going through one person who's telling this gossip to everybody.
That would be centralized.
Yeah, there you go. So, but if you would surpass that, the middle person who's telling you the gossip, and you can go directly to the person, then you get the real information. So then basically, that's sort of...
No, you're incorrect. But you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So check this out. The broken telephone analogy,
Yeah.
this would not exist. It would just be you
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
him,
yeah,
he
okay,
tells him,
okay.
so what happened was that is how we used to work. And then the government came along and they were like, dude, let me organize this for
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
I'll tell you. You ask me, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Then they got corrupt.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the government started saying like, okay, so let's say this dude says to this guy, hey, where's the money I sent?
Well, I've got a good example.
And then this guy says, don't worry about it. Right?
It's like someone...
Now, broken telephone, in that same analogy, the upgraded version would be throw down the cup and just say it out loud so everybody can see you.
Well, your family would be a pretty good example of that, right? You go through one person a lot of the time to get information about what's going on instead of going directly to the person.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be decentralized. You're
Yeah.
just basically raising your
Like,
hand and being
you
like,
know what?
hey, I'm going to send this to him. And everybody else in the room is just like, yeah, we can see that.
Yeah,
Cool.
that makes more sense.
No stress.
Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
make a note.
Yeah.
So this is why when Bitcoin hit its 60,000 euro high or $70,000 high and crypto started exploding, who decided to come in and ruin the whole thing? The central banks.
Yeah, of course.
Centralized banks.
Yeah, because they don't like it.
They do not like decentralized currency
No.
because it depreciates the value of their currency
And they
it
have
gives the people
no control.
they have no control over it. So now what they're trying to do, which is again very illegal, but if you get the permission, it's not illegal, is you get the government to basically approve your right to destroy these decentralized currencies and create a new centralized digital currency. So they wanted to make the USD, the US dollar,
Yes.
centralized currency, cryptocurrency. And the
Crypto also.
crypto. And it would be linked to the value of the
Dollar.
exactly. Now, how evil is that?
Yeah, of course.
It's just like when you see some people in Uganda, like just trying to feed themselves, and then they dig a hole, and then there's oil, and then America is like, we need to bring you guys democracy. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because we want a bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what we were talking about when I said with music,
New snuppets.
you can decentralize and you can use it through a crypto or a blockchain form of verification, so you know exactly whose voice is whose. That's also why I say when it comes to voting, what the fuck is mail-in voting? Even Donald Trump said it, like, my guy, why are we using this outdated system? It's not the 1700s anymore. You guys can go online, log in, cast your vote,
Because people are also incompetent.
and listen, if you created an online website
Yeah.
where it shows the real-time votes,
Yeah.
you can keep the users anonymous,
Yeah.
but it's a one vote per IP address kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can try to corrupt that, but the only way you could really influence it, think about it, it's hundreds of millions of
does a
votes. You would have to, as the Democrats or the Republicans, you would have to buy like hundreds of thousands of laptops just to fake it.
Yeah.
It's so hard to influence.
But then, how does that work? IP address, right? Because does my phone have a different IP address as my laptop?
What do you mean? Yes.
Yes. So then you need to make sure that.
But there's, again, like, I'm not a scientist, but
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
way, like, you can... You saw this the other day when we were using an AI, like whether it was ChatGPT or we were using some type of AI photo enhancer.
Yeah.
I ran out of credits on my computer,
Yeah.
free credits, and then I tried to log in with your computer, and it still said 0 credits with a different
Yeah.
email. I think it's connected to your Wi-Fi address.
Yeah. Okay.
So all I'm saying is, like, yes, everything is corruptible, but you can make it harder.
Like with a fingerprint.
Because if you have a truck that's transporting 400,000 ballots,
Yeah. No, one's gonna.
and you know that 70% of those ballots are for Donald Trump, you could just be like, we have accident, car crash.
Yeah.
I don't know when you...
Miscounted.
or forgery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easily.
Easily.
Interesting.
So then that begs the question, why do we not use that, America?
Yes.
Why do
Or
you not?
anywhere for that matter.
Yeah.
Because here also it's just scratching a circle and then it goes in the post. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Now it makes sense. I understand a little bit more now because before I had no idea what that meant. Like no clue
Yeah.
at all.
I think a lot of people don't know what it means.
No. So this is a very teachable moment.
Yeah. See, another perfect
yeah.
example. They all have to go to the one in the center, and here they all have it themselves, and they can all do it by themselves.
Communicate on themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
That's the concept.
Okay. But then...
Which is just funny that the New World Order is trying to shut it down.
Of course they are.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and also this second pandemic? Why do people know about this already?
Yeah.
Why did our friends hear about this already? That in 2 years there's going to be a new pandemic, like it's like a yearly. Woo! Next pandemic is in like episodes, like a new season. New season of the pandemic.
Coming to you in July.
Coming to you. This year it's gonna be.
We do need more money. But we don't just need more money for vaccines for children eventually.
This
We
guy.
need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic. We have to think ahead. And that's not something the last outfit did very well. That's something we've been doing fairly well. That's why we need the money.
See, and this is like this is why I'm like, we need to go to a country where nobody cares about pandemics because I can't do this anymore.
Majority writes, and I quote, women, it's a quote now, from the majority writes, and I
This is Joe Biden reading a teleprompter. And on the teleprompter it says, quote, and then you read the quote, but you're not supposed to say, quote. You're just supposed to read the fucking thing.
quote, women, it's a quote now, from the majority.
From the
Women are
Gadu-
not without electoral or political power. It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women are not without electoral and/or political,
Repeat the line.
or maybe precisely, not or political power. Majority right.
Oh my
End quote. Repeat the line.
Goodness.
Women are not. Okay.
How are people supporting this guy?
But also, I don't think that Joe Biden writes that and then reads. Somebody writes it for him.
But I wonder what my people that support democracy, right, or whatever the fuck.
Hold on,
this
everybody.
is.
Most people support democracy. What do you messed up the word?
Yeah.
the
Okay.
verbiage.
Well, Democrats.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
You're really trying to turn this into a Republican-only fucking show.
No,
We're gonna
that's
get
not-
taken off of YouTube
no,
if you do that.
No, but I don't mean it like
Just
that.
but say what you mean for once in your life. Oh my God.
People who support Joe Biden or this party,
Okay.
how can they support him?
I don't know if they do anymore.
That's what I mean. That's what I wonder.
I think the only reason they supported Joe Biden was because they were so anti-Trump, they'll take anything.
Yeah, but then I wonder if I asked them, what do you think of this guy?
Yeah, would you choose Joe Biden over Obama?
No.
As a Democrat?
Of course not.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
Yeah.
But I wonder what they actually think. Is he still so great? Is it just because he's
Some people do. Some people do.
Democrat that he's great, that he's your political
Savior.
yeah. And then all excited for what's her name? Harris? Kamala Harris?
Yeah. She sucks.
So is she going to be I don't understand, man. When do the new elections start?
Now.
Yeah, now. So
They
it's
started already.
Yeah, so everything's already the campaigns. And what's happened with the arrest of Donald Trump?
Nothing.
Nothing happened, right?
Nothing. He was never guilty of anything.
But can he
Listen,
run?
Yes.
Yes.
He's a billionaire that
Yeah.
did billionaire shit.
Yeah.
That's like jumping in the ocean, getting your leg bitten off by a shark and being like, I don't understand. It's like
Yeah.
billionaire doing billionaire shit.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the speech that he gave Hillary Clinton?
No, I don't know if I have. I'm not sure. But would Biden be running against him again, or would it be someone else?
Yeah, Biden again.
Biden again?
Yeah.
Will there not be new people, you think?
Hmm?
Is there not someone new running against him?
If you actually care about your Democratic Party, I would not re-elect Joe Biden to run. I would either
But
take.
there must be someone new, no?
You know who's actually next in the line?
Who?
The governor of Los Angeles.
Oh, no.
Gavin Newsom. He would be next in line. You know the dude that
How do you know? But how does that happen? How are you next in line?
Well, you're governor.
But I don't understand.
There's a progression of becoming a president. So he would be next in line. The dude that completely fucked up Los Angeles.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But listen to this.
When you're under audit. So you've got to ask yourself, why won't he release his tax returns? And I think there may be a couple of reasons. First, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is. Second, maybe he's not as charitable as he claims to be. Third, we don't know all of his business dealings, but we have been told through investigative reporting that he owes about $650 million to Wall Street and foreign banks. Or maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So if he's paid zero, that means zero.
Oh, it cut off too fast. It cut off too fast, like that, and he didn't pay. He paid zero federal tax. That makes me smart.
Audit of your taxes. You're perfectly free to release your taxes during an audit. And so the question: does the public's right to know outweigh your personal?
Well, I told you I will release them as soon as the audit. Look, I've been under audit almost for 15 years. I know a lot of wealthy people that have never been audited. I said, do you get audited? I get audited almost every year. And in a way, I should be complaining. I'm not even complaining. I don't mind it. It's almost become a way of life. I get audited by the IRS, but other people don't. I will say this. We have a situation in this country that has to be taken care of. I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes. When she releases her 33,000 emails that have been deleted, as soon as she releases them, I will release my tax returns, and that's against my lawyers. They say don't do it. I will tell you this. No, in fact, watching shows, reading the papers.
Look at her, she's insane.
Yeah, she looks crazy.
Almost every lawyer says you don't release your returns until the audit's complete. When the audit's complete, I'll do it. But I would go against them if she releases her email.
So it's negotiable?
It's not negotiable. No, let her release the email. Why did she delete 33,000?
Well, I'll let her ask that, but let me just admonish the audience one more time. There was an agreement. We did ask you to be silent, so it would be helpful for us. Secretary Clinton.
Well, I think you've just
Hold on, wait. I'm looking for a
audit.
specific
So you've
part.
got to ask. There may be a couple of reasons. First, reporting that he owes about $600 million for casino license. He's paid zero. That means zero for troops. I think most of our really important, even terrible that he's trying
This
to
is
hide.
this is the correct
well, okay.
speech and the correct everything.
Yeah,
Just
but-
I'll find it. Just keep
But
going.
but the weird thing is, like, even with Hillary Clinton, at least that's like a more like
Did you use
a live person to run against Trump.
Hillary Clinton. Yeah, at least she put up a fight.
At least she's like there, you know.
See, I understand the tax code better than anybody that's ever run for president. Hillary Clinton, and it's extremely complex, Hillary Clinton has friends that want all of these provisions, including they want the carried interest provision, which is very important to Wall Street people, but they really want the carried interest provision, which I believe Hillary's leaving. It's very interesting why she's leaving carried interest. But I will tell you that, number one, I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it, and so did Warren Buffett, and so did George Soros, and so did many of the other people.
So she's accusing him, basically. She's saying he uses loopholes in the tax code to not pay tax.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, of course I fucking do. And you know who else uses those loopholes in tax? That Hillary, you created.
Yeah.
You created these.
Yeah.
All of your friends. All of your friends. All of your billionaire friends.
Yeah.
And then he says, hey, Hillary, I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
You've been a politician for the last 20 years. Why haven't you done anything about it?
Yeah.
You had 20 years to do something about it. You haven't done anything about it.
Because
that Hillary is getting money from. Now, I won't mention their names because they're rich, but they're not famous, so we won't make them famous.
Can you say how many years you have avoided paying personal federal income taxes?
No, but I pay tax, and I pay federal tax, too. But I have a write-off. A lot of it's depreciation, which is a wonderful charge. I love depreciation. You know, she's given it to us. Hey, if she had a problem, for 30 years she's been doing this,
30
Anderson.
years.
I say it all the time. She talks about health care. Why didn't she do something about it? She talks about taxes. Why didn't she do something about it? She doesn't do anything about anything other than talk. With her, it's all talk and no action.
In the past...
And again, Bernie Sanders, it's really bad judgment. She has made bad judgment not only on taxes, she's made bad judgments on Libya, on Syria, on Iraq. I mean, her and Obama, whether you like it or not, the way they got out of Iraq the vacuum they've left, that's why ISIS formed in the first place. They started from that little area, and now they're in 32 different nations.
Okay, we're not going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah. How did Trump get to be president, though? How does that work? Because he didn't climb his way up then, did he? Yeah.
It's billionaire.
Yeah, but that's it. But then you can just become a president.
It's billionaire.
But then you can just become president.
He's a billionaire.
Please explain.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He was like, I'd like to try. And then they just have to let you try. Look,
how?
The idea of the presidential system was that any man from any place that is a U.S. citizen or woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Just those two. Could be a president.
Imagine! Oh my God.
You know what the thing is?
We're going to have a non-binary president.
Here's the thing. I don't care about what your sexual orientation is if you do become the president. And I'll tell you this. If Jeffree Star, like that character, that type, like that just doesn't give a fuck and with nonsense or whatever. If he or they or she, or whatever, I don't care, wanted to be president, I wouldn't give a shit. But you know what I would give a shit about? Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust him with... listen, if Joe Biden had to drive me to the store...
Yes!
Oh my God, I'd be so scared that he'd fall asleep at the... Like, Joe, hey!
Or even ask him to pick up groceries for you or something.
Watch your kid for the day.
No. And he's supposed to run a country?
You come back and he'd be like rubbing her like back weirdly.
Ew.
And, like smelling her
Yucky.
ear. It's weird. But that's the thing is like if you had like some crazy blue-haired liberal with a pussy hat that was just trying to like burn everything down because they were angry at misogynistic men, which I don't know why, right? I don't want you doing anything.
No.
I don't want you doing anything.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's worrying. It's really worrying.
It is worrying.
Yeah.
And the Republicans, like, I mean, dude, Donald Trump, like, whether you want to admit this or not, was one of my favorite things to watch were these debates back in 2016.
Yeah.
I loved it. Every second of it was like reality TV.
Yeah.
It was just like, and another thing, you're a fucking bitch and your nose is too big. It's like,
because they're just roasting each other. That's all they're doing.
Which I thought about at the beginning of this. It's like, don't you think it's weird that you're trying to find a new leader of your country and all the other person is doing is saying that he's not fit to do it?
Yeah, that's all they do.
Why don't you be like, okay, I'm good, but he's also really good, and here's what she's good at, and here's what he's good at, and you guys should choose what you guys want the most. Instead of, what about the fucking emails that you leaked, and the people that you killed, and what about the fact that you did this, and you're a criminal, you're a crook. It's like, hold on, wait, both of you suck. What kind of election process is this? You should be like, oh, okay, he like, you know, in a video game, like, okay, so he's got like 9 out of 10 strength, and then she's got like 4 out of 5 intelligence, and then he's got, and like, what do we want this next 4 years? Do we want somebody like really strong, fit, and athletic, or do we want somebody like a bit slower, a bit more intelligent? You should be able to just choose, and you should complement each other. But this whole election process is like, you're a liar and a cheater and you steal stuff and you did this and you fucking did that. And
oh my God.
All your demons come out.
Who did Obama run against? I don't even remember.
He took over from Bush.
Yeah.
But who, like on the Republican side, you know what? I don't remember. I think it was just a whitewash. I think they just decided we need a black president now.
Probably.
Who did he run against?
I don't remember. It feels like on one hand so long ago and on
Didn't
the
he
other
run
hand,
against Hillary?
No. Hillary was by his side, no?
I don't know. Mike Huckabee then conceded the race to McCain, leaving Ron Paul, who had just 16 delegates and is only running.
I remember.
But I'm pretty sure that
McCain.
Hillary stepped aside and allowed Obama to run 2008 because her plan was to run after him.
Ah, okay.
That's why she supported him.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it was McCain. That name rings a bell. But I mean, I was not like following politics at the time because I didn't realize how fucked up everything was.
No, back then. Also, you know when I say that Obama loved drone strikes? 542 drone strikes.
Oh my God.
Killed an estimated 3,800 people, including 330 civilians. He was in office for 700-ish days.
Yeah.
That's like a drone strike every second day.
Yeah, that's
More.
crazy.
You fucking live then.
Yeah. No, less. Less. 542 drone strikes. 700 days, it's less.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. It was,
So if he was in
if it's a
power,
drone strike
if he
every
was in
day.
power for 8 years, that's
Yes.
720 days.
Yes.
And if there's 540 drone strikes,
Yes. It's not a drone strike every day.
it's almost a drone strike every day.
You're missing 200 days.
That's why I said it's like one every second day.
Oh, like that.
You know, when you get hit by a bus, it must be so hard to bounce back. That's fine. That's
you.
totally fine. You know what? We'll just take it slow.
I didn't get hit by a bus.
Blockchain.
You asshole. Fuck you.
Okay, now we're here.
I'm sure plenty of people don't know about what a blockchain means. Now I understand.
You should, though.
I didn't understand what it meant. I heard the word, but I didn't understand what it meant.
Cool.
And you were like, that's okay. Many people don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
Exactly.
My mother doesn't know.
Fuck you. You're an asshole.
I'm sure your mother doesn't know.
No, probably not.
No, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
out there that don't know.
Exactly.
Joe Biden probably doesn't know.
No, he probably has
For
no
sure
clue.
not.
Oh my goodness. When is he gonna die?
That's too far. Don't cancel us. You literally just said like, when is the American president gonna die?
How old is he, man?
84?
I think he's 80. It's just crazy.
Also, how does that make sense? Like, if the age
I
of
feel like there should be like an age limit.
no, but like, what's the retirement age
Yeah.
in America? And then why do you get to just continue?
Oh my God! Wait, but Donald Trump is 76.
Yeah. Do you understand that, like, if Donald Trump is that articulate and Joe Biden isn't, it's not like a young dude is making fun of an old guy. Like, they're in the same fucking age bracket. And he's basically like, imagine if I'm 26 and you're 27, 28, and you're like, I'm going to be like, dude, this dude, what the fuck? You can't
But
have him.
why aren't we having younger people up there? How old was Obama? He was like younger, right?
He's in his 40s, I think.
Yeah. Why is it like not younger people? Because how old is Hillary?
47.
How old is Hillary Clinton then?
Now she's like 300 years old. 75.
What are we doing?
For a 75-year-old person that's been in
She doesn't
politics
look.
for so long, she's done fucking nothing, huh?
Yeah. Why are our grandparents running the world?
That's what's been happening since the dawn of human beings.
But what the fuck?
Well, elders know more. They've been around for longer. They don't make as ridiculous decisions. That's the concept, anyways. That's the concept, anyways.
I mean, I've got to say, for 76, Donald Trump looks good.
Yeah, so does Hillary.
Hillary doesn't look bad either. But
Like, if you just saw
Biden
this woman
is
walking
dying.
around, like, outside, you would
Yeah,
know, and
I
she's
would
like
never
70,
know.
you'd
I
be like,
wouldn't think
oh,
she's
holy shit.
75.
Yeah. And it also
Probably
makes
the-
sense when she started passing out on stage. It's like, you're old. You're an old lady. Like, listen, when she was our age, the national life expectancy was 75.
This is so wild. But there should be an age limit, right? Like after 80, it's done. It's just you should stop. They should do like a brain test, a mental health test before you become president. Do they not do that? Do they not?
What?
Like a mental health test?
Yeah, they do. And Joe Biden passed with flying colors.
How the fuck? How the fuck did he pass? I don't understand what's going on. They must have like faked it.
I'll show you.
Did they get his son to do it for him? I don't understand. What are you showing? What is this? What are you showing?
I just want to show you something. It's just, it makes sense. This is how the, how loud is this going to be? Careful.
We all had to sit Chinese driving tests. Now,
So this is just, it reminds me of this. So you
We've
ask,
seen driving tests.
how did Joe Biden pass the mental test,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think it went something a bit like this.
in the world. I remember one in India I encountered once where a woman passed even though she was in the back of the car and her examiner was in another car following along behind.
Yeah, it used to be in Egypt that you had to drive 6 feet forwards but then 6 feet backwards, and then you'd pass.
And that was it.
That looked to be somebody who failed that.
Yeah. Anyhow, so we figured that to get a Chinese driving test, it would be, quite an easy test. However, we were in for a bit of a surprise. Now, I actually got some footage of Hammond taking his test. Anyone want to see it?
This is Joe Biden.
Yeah?
This is Joe Biden taking
it's
the
on
test.
My phone, but here we go. Test centre. Right, so he has to ball his fists. Then a squat. There he goes. He goes. And then he has to get on some weigh scales.
Okay.
Tense moment here, tense moment. Still tense. Yeah. You passed. Hammond has passed.
Are you serious?
That's it.
But is that real?
That's it.
It was nothing. I made it look easy.
That was, well, it was the easiest driving test I've ever heard
I know,
of.
basically I passed because I proved that my hands do that and I'm affected by gravity. That's it.
I think it is actually just a test to check that you are a human being and not a dog.
Is that real?
Yeah. So they went to, I can't remember the name of the city, but like this one, it's like sounds so racist, but I remember thinking it was like a really racist name for a city. And to be able to drive there, their driver's licenses were not valid, and it's pretty regular with Top Gear. Like they go all over the world.
Yeah, of course.
So they had to pass the driving test, and that was that. That was that because they
my God.
in the show they explained there's just so many people that need to get through that driving test system.
So they
just need to get them through.
But they have to have a system because
it's an emerging economy and blah blah blah, and they have to. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How is that real? I can't believe that. I swear that's the test the mental health test they do.
For Joe Biden, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. But I would even be surprised if he passed that.
Yeah, he probably like failed, and they were just okay.
I don't see him squatting.
Joe Biden, raise your left hand. Sorry, what did you say? Okay, pass.
He'd probably be like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's
read the
good enough."
teleprompter. Okay, pass. Tell us what your views are on healthcare. Well, back in the day, I used to lie in a pool, and the kids would come up and rub the hair on my legs. They said I have hairy legs. Okay, pass.
It's
Insane.
so wild. I don't understand.
Insane.
And he's been already running America for 4 years. How?
Well, he's been running it into the ground, bro. Like
Yes.
the first week that he was president, look what he did in Afghanistan and Iraq. Like how he pulled out within 24 hours. Everybody died. Everybody freaked out. He didn't help anybody. He left billions of dollars of weapons behind so that the terrorists could just reclaim it. Within 48 hours, all of this significant work that they've done there in the last 20 years wiped away because the terrorists flooded in. And all of the locals that helped the US military for all these years to try to find these evil people, all of those locals kidnapped, killed, thrown in the street, nothing. Dude,
What is this theory?
America was leaving. Dude, how is nobody talking about this? America left. And people were hanging onto the wheels of the plane saying, please don't go, falling to their death. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I remember it. I don't know if I saw it.
That was Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Have you not seen that? We're going to see
No, I
it.
have not. But what was it that you said, like, or that you heard somewhere that Saddam Hussein that was actually trying to do good things?
Yeah.
But where was this?
Gaddafi.
Oh, Gaddafi. Where was this information from?
That's a podcast for another day, my friend.
Oh, okay, it's another podcast for another day. Is this the circles of people falling?
Mm-hmm. They were hanging on
a
the...
snapshot there of one of his days in perhaps...
Is he South African?
I don't know.
This is a military aircraft. They're just hanging on.
This was real.
It actually took off, as did a couple of other C-17.
This was real. They're like, don't
People
fucking
fell off
go.
their deaths. There is video of them.
We're
falling
gonna
off the
die if
aircraft,
you
and
leave.
there is video and pictures of their dead bodies as well. This is the situation today inside the airport. Outside the airport, there was utter chaos. These images that you see on your screen now actually shows 2 people falling off, and 3 people fell off this particular aircraft. Apparently, several hundred of these evacuees on each
How
of
did
these
they
American
hang on
C-17
for so
flights.
long?
Some reports by credible defense experts say that as many as 8 800, and you know, I've got the number right in terms of what they have reported, 800 people may have been on board a single C-17 military transport over there. The number's absolutely staggering. And these are images that we've been able to get from our local affiliate, our local correspondent over there, of the situation outside Kabul airport. A throng
Terrorist.
of humanity, people,
Instantly.
men, women, children trying to get into the airport.
And you had people like Tim Kennedy that flew there on private contracts to try to save people. And he said he was like, I saw the interview that he gave with Joe Rogan. Like,
Yeah.
you're stepping over bodies,
Yeah. That's horrible.
trying to save one person.
Yeah.
It's insane. And that was like the first week that Joe Biden was in there. I think
What would have been the correct thing to do?
Joe Biden, I think, will be remembered as one of the U.S.'s worst presidents in history. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
if you look at inflation, if you look at the possible recession, if you look at the tensions, the international tension, right, with China and
Everything.
with Russia and with the war and how he's completely mismanaging everything. And if you look at the currency, if you look at the energy prices, if you look at healthcare, if you look at everything that this fucking dude is doing, if he's in power, he sucks. If he's not in power and people are controlling him, okay, it was planned.
Yeah.
They planned it. They probably had a plan where they're like, okay, we're going to get this dude in.
Yeah.
He's going to be the fall guy.
Yeah.
And then when we're ready to kickstart shit again and we're ready to regrow our economy, then we'll have somebody else come in. Trump, fine, I don't give a fuck. You go, play the role.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Nobody talks about this.
No.
Billions of dollars of fucking tanks and trucks and weapons and guns and ammunition just left behind to be seized by these people. And now they're running amok. And it's just fucking coincidental. Don't you think it's coincidental that they knew, they must have known that this whole Russia-Ukraine thing was going to happen. They must have been close to finishing their production of the Alaska pipeline. Because it's a 10-year project.
Yeah, oh my God.
10-year project. Don't you think it's a bit convenient that they pull out of Iraq, I think it's Iraq, they pull out in one day.
Afghanistan.
They pull out in one fucking day. In one day. Maybe because they didn't want the oil anymore.
That's so weird.
And then maybe they started the whole shit with Russia so that they could cut them off.
Yeah.
And slow China down.
Yeah.
And then they have their own pipeline now in Alaska. Maybe one day, like 10 years ago, they were like, guys, this whole Afghanistan situation, like, yes, we're getting a lot of oil and we're getting a lot of resources, but it costs so much.
Yeah.
We can't do this forever. And then they were like, we just found a deposit in Alaska. We can start the production of a pipeline. It's going to cost $5-6 billion. Yada, yada, yada. They probably just have a plan.
Yeah, probably.
I just think it's convenient, like, that they pull out.
Yeah.
The second they stop needing the resources and the oil, which means it proves my point. They're not there for democracy.
No, of course they're not.
They're not there to protect America's
But
borders.
since when, man? I don't believe any of that.
Just think about it.
anymore.
I showed you on the last podcast. I'm going to give you a
Yeah.
timeline. Donald Rumsfeld gives an address to the U.S. people. $2.3 trillion is missing.
Yeah.
The World Trade Center is the place that's going to do the audit to find where the money went.
Mhm.
The World Trade Center then collapses, explodes, boom, terrorist attack, right? From where? This region.
Yeah.
That gives America the green light to go to this region and bring justice and to protect U.S. borders.
Mhm.
Okay? So that was the whole idea. They attacked us. We're going to go and stop that from happening ever again.
Mhm.
So they go in there, pretend to bring democracy, get all of the resources they can. The second that's done, we're out. Now, what are they doing? They're going to Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
They're sending all of the weapons to Ukraine so that they can fight Russia, so that they can bomb the pipeline, so that they can set up the Alaska situation, and so that they can have a monopoly on the resource game. Because they know they're fucked. America does not have any of these raw materials that they need. They do not have the metals. They do not have the gas, the oil. They're completely dependent. So they have to, in order to remain strong, they have to play this game.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job. That's what this whole war is about.
Yeah.
It's resource control, bro. Like, we spoke about this. My dad and I spoke about this when I was a kid. He was like, dude, one day, he looked at me and he was like, bro, one day there's going to be water wars.
Water wars.
Yeah, like, you're going to fight over water. And I mean, okay, maybe he was wrong about that, But look what we do. We're fighting over resources. That's
Yeah.
all this is.
Yeah.
Why else would you just leave this country to fall to shit?
Yeah.
And now the billions of dollars of equipment that you left behind, like if they want to send a terrorist attack now, like now they really can.
Yeah, they can 100%, and they haven't.
But they could.
Yeah.
And then you re-justify going back there so you get more resources? Or like, what the fuck is the plan here? It's so messed up, man. It's it's convenient. You know, like, what some people do is when they have a business, right? They buy shit that isn't for business purposes. They buy it in a personal capacity and they write it off as a business expense, right? Everybody does that, right? I don't do it. I've never done that, but some people do that. And some people are smart about it, where, let's say I buy like a TV as a business expense, and then like 3 months later, I put my money back into my business to write it off. Some people are stupid. They do it the same day.
Yeah.
That's what America does. They do it the same day or the next day. And
Yeah.
it's too easy to find like the breadcrumbs. Maybe I'm the conspiracy theorist, but I just think it's a bit convenient.
Yeah, it's true. I think so too. It's weird.
It's a bit convenient. And then if you look at like any country that tries to better itself, they shut you down.
Yeah.
Turkey, they shut you down. I'm not going to get into the Gaddafi thing, but
No.
they shut you down.
Yeah.
Africa, they shut you down.
Yeah.
That's why Africa has no allegiance with America.
No.
That's why when they were like, you have to arrest Putin if he comes to your country, they were like, fuck you.
No,
What have you
do
ever done
anything
for
for
us
us,
except
exactly.
fucking put our tribes at war so you can get our resources?
Yeah.
It's proven. On another podcast, we spoke about this. America pays gangs to enslave civilians in Africa for mining. The gangs take the resources, take the diamonds, they sell
Yeah.
it back to the US, they give them a cut of the profits, and then America's hands are clean.
Yeah.
And everybody does it.
Yeah, of course.
It's not just America.
No, it's the
everyone
West.
does it.
Yeah.
And it's just a bit convenient, man. And the thing is, like, I don't think that Joe Biden is smart enough or capable enough to actually do this. And I think that 10, 15 years ago, they had a giant fucking document, because this is what they do.
Yeah.
And they said, here's our 6-phase plan.
Yeah.
Phase 1, boom. Phase 2, boom. Phase 3, boom. Phase 4, boom. Now, I don't know if we're at the end of this fucking plan, because it's been a long time, and maybe now everything is going to start kicking up and settling.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're just in the thick of it, and we got another 4 years to go. And you know what's going to prove that to me? Who gets elected in America.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if they bring Donald Trump back, I know we're at the end of this fucking thing, and I'm investing all my money in the shit because it's going to start increasing.
Yeah.
Because Donald Trump is going to come in,
Yeah.
whether he's in control or not, and the shit's going to stop. The war is going to stop, the economy is going to thrive, and all of this shit is going to settle. But if he doesn't, or if somebody else comes in that's more like the Hillary of the world, ooh, we got a long way to go, boy.
But then what do you think? Do you still think that they're in control or no?
Who?
Whoever.
What I'm saying is, if they appoint another fall guy,
Yeah.
that is something to be worried about.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
means that the second pandemic is on its way. That means that the war is going to escalate. That means that everything is going to go to shit for another 4
Let's hope
years.
the first option happens.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
And people that say, like, yeah, but it's America, dude. Why are you so confused with America or like, obsessed with
'Cause
America?
it
They don't
affects
affect us like
everyone.
they
Yes,
affect
do.
everyone.
Yeah, they do.
America
Yeah, they
bullies
do.
NATO. They run
Yeah.
NATO.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I'm starting to find out now.
When Russia said, could we please be a part of NATO? America said, only one superpower, bitch.
Yeah.
They kicked them out. They're like, no, we run this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And if you speak out, if you're a NATO member and you're like, nah, I don't think we should do that. Like, do you know that just happened with France?
No, I didn't.
Macron just went to China.
Really?
Macron and, was it Germany? They, they went to China to start peace treaties and resource deals and that kind of stuff against NATO's wishes, against America. So now America is very angry with them. Look, I'll show you the article quickly and then we'll wrap it up. Look at this. Read it. Here, read it.
Macron sparks anger by saying Europe should not be, what does that mean? Vassal in U.S.-China clash. What does that mean?
Here, I'll read it fast.
This is the whole thing.
I'll read it fast. Emmanuel Macron has flown into a storm of criticism after he said that Europe should not become a vassal and must avoid being drawn into any conflict between the US and China over Taiwan. The French president made remarks in an interview on the plane after a 3-day state visit to China, where he received a red carpet welcome by China's President Xi Jinping, a show of that alarmed some European and China watchers. Speaking to the reports of Les Echos and Politico, Macron said Europe should be a third power in the world order along with the US and China, while the comments were... So he visited China against US wishes because he's like, dude, it's too much. I don't want to be involved in this anymore. And the last time that France did this was before the Afghanistan war. They said, we don't want to really be a part of this anymore and we don't think this should happen. So good for you, France.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. So long. Farewell. Please don't cancel us.